Yo, what is up guys, Ghost here. So we've had a ton of new information about Battlefield 2042 today, and a lot of it has been really good. In fact, all of it has been really good. Now, of course, we saw the 5 new specialists. I'm not going to talk too much about those because I'm sure you guys have seen the trailer for yourselves, but what I'm actually more excited about is the blog post that DICE recently put up, and a lot of it details the changes that they've made based on our beta feedback and a lot of the things that we wanted to see in the game. So along with the blog post, they created a number of small little videos showcasing what they've changed in the beta and how they've listened to our feedback. And this is the first one here showing the all new Commorose. That was something that people really needed in the beta. There was really no way to communicate with your teammates. So it's not really a rose now, it's more of a comma square, I suppose. But you can ask for ammo, you can ask for healing, and then you've got the social menu with like cover me, good work, things like that. And of course you can also tell your squad which objective they need to attack. So really good work from DICE there. Now this one here is just absolutely beautiful. Just look at how they've changed the kill feed, and I guess you would call it the kill log on the left side of the screen. In the beta, of course, this was just some white text on the right side of the screen that would tell you, how many points you've gotten for destroying an objective or destroying a vehicle. Now that is all central to the screen, just like it has been in almost every Battlefield game that I can remember to date. And also you'll notice on the left side, allies are in green text and enemies are in this bright red text, just like in other games like BR3 and BR4. I'm so glad to see that back. As I always say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That system has always worked really, really well, so I'm so glad to see this back. This looks absolutely amazing. Okay, in this little video, we've got some more quality of life changes. So this is showing off the weapon attachment system and the loadout system really, and basically how it's going to work with the plus system in the game. So as you can see at the bottom of the screen, and if you guys want to go back and pause the video, you can do that. You've got all the different attachments for all of the different slots that are unlockable in the game, and basically you pick which of those attachments you want to have within the plus system, and according to the blog, they say that you're going to be able to designate certain spots of the plus system to be your default loadout. So I think the ones that are closest to the middle of the plus will basically be your default loadout that you will load into every time you spawn. So you're not going to have to like readjust your loadout every time you spawn in like you had to in the beta. Okay, this next video shows the beginning of a match. In the beta, obviously you just jumped in there, you didn't get any time to sort out your loadout. In fact, you couldn't really change your weapon attachments until you spawned into the game and were able to access the plus menu. This is basically what it's going to look like when you go and enter a match in Battlefield 2042. So you can see everybody's level, their little cards at the top of the screen there, pretty similar to how it works in BF5, and then you're going to get a little bit of time while the game loads up and the map is introduced, and a little bit of backstory and some lore to actually set up your character and decide on your loadout. You'll see there's that deploying in 24-23 ticking across at the top of the screen there. And then here, once the countdown is finished, you get a nice little cutscene and a helicopter swoops in and basically drops you off and you go right into the battle. Very Warzone and sort of Call of Duty inspired, but it looks pretty cool, and I think it works well for Battlefield, honestly. And finally here we have the end of round screen. Now the end of round screen normally only showed your results, how many kills you got, the revives you got. Now it will actually highlight some of the best players, and I'm so happy to see the most kills there. So I think they've gone with an Overwatch system here, where it will sort of, pick a random statistic from people who did well in the game and choose to display that. And this here is like the top squad. I guess that's kind of, taken away from Battlefield 5 there. Here you get your overview of your ribbons, and obviously this is looking a lot more polished than it was in the beta. Alright, I'm going to just quickly touch on the specialist here. I'm not going to do a massive breakdown of this footage because I've already gone over the specialist, everything that they do in previous videos, and most of what we'd already learned about them seems to have been spot on. Although with Navin Rao here, I did not know that you could use his hacking device to actually hack items within the map that weren't enemy vehicles and players, so that's pretty cool. Going and taking a quick look at Sundance here, man, I mean, we all knew that she had the wingsuit, right? But this thing looks so much fun. Oh my god, just the way she flies in there, flips around, and it sort of seamlessly transitions into the first-person perspective. I cannot wait to see the plays that amazing players like Nickel or Brecky are going to pull off with this thing. This thing here, it appears to be like a homing grenade. I'm not really sold on that one yet. That seems to be a little bit arcadey and cheesy, but whatever, we'll go with it for now. And speaking of arcadey and cheesy, here we have Jisoo Pike, and she, of course, is able to spot enemies that fire at you and do damage to you, and this, her EMG X scanner, is kind of, I mean, it's wall hacks. They put wall hacks in Battlefield. It seems a bit too good to me. I know it does have a battery indicator on screen there showing that it is a limited use thing. It probably has a cooldown, but it feels a little bit like an ultimate from Overwatch or something like that. I don't know. Wall hacks seem like they could be very, very overpowered. And here we have Angel, of course. He kind of seems, you know, compared to the others with the wall hacking going on and the wingsuit action, this guy seems pretty boring in comparison. But I think he may actually turn out to be one of the strongest specialists in the game, as he can allow you to change your loadout, and he's probably one of the only classes that can resupply armor. So there you go, guys, a lot of food for thought. Honestly, more than the specialists, I'm just super stoked that they're changing the kill feed and kill log and bringing back the Commorose, and they've also brought back the big map. They did mention in the blog that that was absent from the beta, but it will of course be in the full game, so don't worry if you love your big map like I do. Now, one thing they didn't mention in the blog was anything about vehicles. There was no mention of vehicles, you know, not even a we're going to look into them in the future. They didn't say anything about the miniguns and the cannons on the jets being misaligned. They didn't say anything about the helicopters being overpowered. They didn't say anything about the flight mechanics either. I have a feeling that they want to wait until all the vehicles are in the game, people have unlocked all of the different the loadouts, all the different gadgets and whatnot, and the weaponry, and they're able to use them, and then maybe if there's still a problem, they will go back and revisit that and take a look at them. But overall, some fantastic news. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of the specialists and the changes to the game. Do you like them? And if not, what do you think needs to be done? Thank you as ever for watching. Subscribe for more Battlefield 2042, and I'll see you guys in the next one.